about buying a greenhouse, or maybe you recently did. Either way, one of the most important decisions you're going to have to make happens before the structure even goes up, and that is the foundation, because that's the difference between a long-lasting, durable greenhouse and one that's gone with the wind. A solid greenhouse foundation is the key to any successful greenhouse garden. It protects your investment, stabilizes the structure, and allows the greenhouse to function as it was designed to season after season. With a growing dome, the foundation is not there to simply support the weight of the structure, but we are trying to create a stable anchoring system that works for your site, your soils, your climate, and your long-term growing goals. But Shelby, I thought that every growing dome came with an insulated foundation wall already. You're not wrong, it does. The foundation wall will be insulated during the installation process. What we're talking about today is not that wall itself, but what's underneath it, and more importantly, how we anchor the entire structure to the ground. There are three main foundation options for the growing dome. First, we have gravel foundations, which are the simplest and most cost-effective. Next, we have concrete piers, which are great for those that live in areas with unstable soil conditions. And lastly, we have ICF, or insulated concrete forms, which is the most robust and most permanent foundation option. We're going to get into the details of all three. Let's start with gravel. Gravel is the most common foundation option, and for most people, it's all you need. It's simple, cost-effective, and pretty DIY friendly. It consists of a compacted gravel pad or base that the growing dome rests on. Now you can opt to do just a gravel ring, or you could do a full gravel pad. Either way, we recommend using 3/4 minus gravel. What does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. 3/4 minus consists of rocks that are 3/4 of an inch or smaller and binder. This allows the material to compact nicely, but maintains good drainage. Now, why would somebody opt for a gravel pad over a gravel ring? Here's the deal with gravel that the gravel pits aren't going to tell you, and that's that you're really paying for the delivery. You see, a full truckload of gravel often will cost you less per yard than if you were to order a specific smaller amount. And if you live on a slope, doing a gravel pad can be the better option because you're going to have to level out the site anyways. Now, how do we secure this to the ground? So we drive rebar stakes through the foundation wall into the gravel pad at an angle. That angle is what helps the dome stay secure and resist uplift from wind. Next, let's talk about concrete piers. Concrete piers are a great option for those that live in areas with sandy or unstable soil conditions. The piers are placed where the wall sections of the growing dome come together, and this gives us a great anchoring point. The process involves using an auger to drill down to frost depth. For us, that's around 48 inches, but that will be dictated by your local building department. If you don't have to drill down to a specific depth, we provide you with all of the materials and instructions to minimize waste. You will drill your holes, place a sonotube within that hole, and then fill that sonotube with a rebar cage. Once you have all of that in place, you'll level out the piers and then pour your concrete. This is how we're going to anchor the structure. We will drill through the foundation wall into the concrete piers and use expansion bolts to secure the structure to resist movement and uplift. Finally, we have ICF. Either you already know what I'm talking about, or you just looked at me like I'm speaking a foreign language. So I'll explain. ICF stands for Insulated Concrete Forms. These are interlocking foam blocks that make up the shape of your foundation. Often this involves digging a trench, again, down to frost depth, but consult your building department because that's their area of expertise. And then you will fill that trench with these forms. From there, you fill the forms with a rebar support system and then top with concrete. Once this is all set and cured, you have a very secure, strong foundation that you will anchor your growing dome to using expansion bolts like you do with the concrete piers. People often choose ICF because of local snow or wind load requirements, because they live in an extremely cold climate, or because they're installing a climate battery. If you're wondering more about climate batteries, I'll link a video for you here from our clients Amy and Brian, who installed their own version. Now with ICF, you have two options. You have at grade or 2 foot above grade. And if that sounds confusing, don't worry, I'm here to explain it. At grade means that your ICF is basically going to rest at the soil level. This means that your wooden growing dome foundation wall will be anchored to this foundation. With a 2 foot above grade ICF, that means that ICF extends 2 feet above the soil level. This is important because when you do this, we actually alter the greenhouse kit for you. We remove the wooden foundation wall and supply you with a sill plate instead. Okay, so that was a lot of information. And now that you know about all the different foundation options, how do you know which one is right for you? I would love to tell you, but the truth is, it's not up to me. It's up to your local building department. However, if you are lucky enough to not have to pull a permit, here's how we like to think about it. Gravel is a good option, and for most people, good is good enough. Piers is the better option, especially if you're in unstable soil conditions. And with this line of thinking, ICF is the best option. Some people will settle for nothing but the best, but in many instances, this can be a little bit of overkill. So don't try to keep up with the Joneses here. In fact, Kelly opted for a gravel pad. If you like the idea of ICF, but it doesn't fit within the budget, we do provide detailed instructions for what we call perimeter skirt insulation. This is a rigid foam insulation that extends from the base of the growing dome outwards. This helps prevent frost from encroaching into the space, keeping the soil conditions inside and underneath your growing dome warmer and more stable. It is optional, but in cold climates, it can make a meaningful difference. We also have a rodent protection option. If you think you don't have rodents, think again. You see, we built this beautiful 42-foot growing dome up on a hill. We have a solid layer of compacted gravel and concrete piers. There was no way anything was going to be able to burrow up under the structure. So we simply installed the rodent protection around the perimeter of the dome to keep our chipmunk population out. But we used to have this bed planted with blackberries, and all of a sudden the blackberries started suffering and we couldn't figure out why, until one of our gardeners bumped up against the trellis and the blackberries all went with it. You see, they didn't have any roots left. The culprit? A gopher. This could have all been avoided if we would have just laid out the hardware cloth before we started planning out the interior of our space. Before we put in our planting beds, filled them with soil, used pea gravel for our pathways. But instead, we took a shortcut and now we get to do a lot of extra work. We had to dig out all of the soil from this section of beds, place the hardware cloth down in the bottom, refill the soil, and as you can see, we haven't quite made it to replanting yet. So now we have traps set outside and we just cross our fingers and hope that this little gopher didn't have any friends. So long story long, do as we say, not as we do. Your foundation and anchoring is what's going to keep your greenhouse stable, secure, and ready to grow for years to come. Whether you choose gravel, piers, or ICF depends on your site, local climate, and building department requirements. If you're not sure which foundation is right for you, reach out to us. We're happy to help walk you through the different options and determine which is best for your growing dome.